All right, we are back with the Rabanastre storyline. The path of most resistance. Talking to Lena, probably going to get us up to the ship, the Prima Vista. It's been a couple of days since I played, so it's occasionally it'll take me a second to remember where things are. But here we go. Greetings and salutations, Mercy. I suppose you were wondering whether or not the good Genomus has finally determined where in the world our next adventure is to take us. The good news is, he has. The bad news, however. Now, while it is not in my nature to be sensationalist, sensationalism is in my job description, so please bear with me when I tell you that not all is right aboard the airship Lexingtail. Something about Alma has me deeply worried. I would not trust this information in the hands of my publisher, let alone some sullen gate guard. Shall we continue our conversation on the Prima Vista away from inquisitive ears? We shall. Proceed. Airship landing. Proceed to Prima Vista via shuttle. Go. The Moogles are here. The question is then, where exactly did Ramza and his fellowship journey next? For a second I was very confused because Ramza is his son's name, but Ramza is also the name of somebody from the past. Ah, Mercy, to what do we owe this unexpected visit? I had not planned on summoning you for another several turns of the sun. He looks a little bit shocked, as do... Well, I don't know. What's going on here? Ramza says, I apologize if we have caused you any worry. I suppose one cannot allow a reporter in their midst and not expect her to report when she sees, or what she sees. Though I did expect a tad more discretion from Miss Murilla. Alma has, of late, been experiencing difficulties with her health. Chirurgeons have been called upon to discern what exactly it is that ails her, but as far as they can tell, there's nothing physically wrong with my sister. The consensus is the rigors of an extended stay in a foreign land have taken their toll on her fragile heart. In walks Alma, I would guess, yep. She does appear a little bit tired. Mercy, when did you... And then faints, yeah. Well, okay, no, she's just fell to her knees. Has a hand to her head. Alma, says Ramza. I'm fine, brother. It is obvious you are not. You must return to your chambers and rest. He helps her up. Not, like, barely, though. Come on, get an arm under her. Carry her or something, because she's struggling. Forgive me. Perhaps we shall speak again once I regain my strength. Until then, please, look after my father. Oops. No, damn it. Freaking Moogle sounds, just constant. Now then, where were we? Ah yes, the matter of our next expedition. As we discovered during our most recent foray into the East Ester Sands, there we go, the Dalmascan capital of Rabanastre appears to lie upon the ruins of what can only be the royal city of Lasalia, ancient capital of the lost kingdom of Ivalice. Shortly after, we stumbled across remnants of the legendary clockwork city of Gaug, cleverly repurposed into a lighthouse overlooking the Ridorana Cataract. Remnants which now sit suspended above the fathomless chasm. Lasalia, Gaug, what have they in common, you ask? I shall tell you. They both appear in my ancestors' account of the rise of Ivalice, the Durai Papers. And with each new discovery, this forbidden chronicle is now proving Ivalician legend to be more fact than fairy tale. There is no denying the proof, and it is but a matter of time before scholars and historians from across the realm come to the same conclusions. But as you all are aware, my aim has never been to simply prove the existence of Ivalice. No, I shall not rest till I have revealed the truth of young Ramza's role in King Delita's ascension, and cleared my ancestor Oren Durai of the false accusations made against him by the Church. Then what are we waiting for? Or should we not see to Alma first? Should we see to Alma first? Kagane's chirurgeons would have us believe she is in no immediate danger, as her illness is not one of the body, but of the mind. To borrow their words, her spirit is in a state of unbalance and merely requires time to right itself. Ramza comes back in. Alma will be fine as long as she remains in bed. The last thing she needs is any further excitement, especially at the paws of these meddlesome mole bats. Though, I must admit, both Mont Blanc and his brother have proven more useful than I would ever have dared to imagine. When it comes to usefulness, I am first in the field, or was it furriest in the field? Would you like to feel my fur, Kupo? Ramza smiles just a little bit. And you wonder why Ramza despises you so, brother. They do all the work and all you do is jest, Kupo, says Hurdy. Ah, but you are mistaken, Hurdy. I bear neither you nor your brother any ill will. Any further ill will, that is. If anything, I owe you my thanks for your recent contributions. Lena looks a little bit suspicious at this. His thanks? Are you hearing what I'm hearing? What happened to the venom-spitting adder we all used to know and hate? Alma certainly seems pleased with the change, but forgive me for not buying into this all-too-convenient transformation. This is causing Mikoto to think, and me to look back and forth between several people. Simply showing the world that Ivalice actually existed will not validate the claims chronicled in the Durai papers. That is correct, Father. The key lies with Ramza Bilv. I fucking hate. If we can find evidence of his hidden role in history, it will prove Oren's testimony true and safeguard our family name from ridicule. Ridicule, blah. Which is why I turned the focus of my research to Delita's forgotten companion and his actions during the War of the Lions. It was only then I discovered something most intriguing. An underlying struggle with an unknown force. A force with the power to bring about calamitous ruin. Auracite, the twisted abominations we encountered in both Lassalia and Gaug. The Lucavi? Lucavi? They are born of these unholy crystals. While nobles of the north and south squabbled over Ivalice's crown, Ramza silently sought to rid the world of a darker evil. Evil manifest from the deepest desires of men and women whose minds had fallen prey to the Auracite. And with each confrontation did Ramza's fellowship grow smaller, countless companions lost to a cause that would go unwritten, yet was far more important than any clash of armies. And so did they endure until reaching their final destination, the Orban Monastery. Oh, I know this one. The Orban Monastery is where Princess Ovelia was raised. There's a scene about it in the Zodiac Brave story. After Delita emerged victorious in his final campaign, he married the princess to legitimize his claims to the throne of Ivalice. Ah, I see someone has been paying attention. But I don't understand. Why would Ramza's crusade against the Lucavi take him back there? According to the Durai papers, the sinister being who engendered the Auracite, was said to have slumbered beneath the monastery. Some shock goes through us. But who or what would have the means to create something so powerful? Mikoto. Ultima, the High Seraph. seraph? A seraph? Or, what's a seraph? Seraphs are believed by some to be servants of the gods, divine beings whose only purpose is to carry out the will of their immortal masters. As to whether or not Ultima can claim this title, however, I cannot say. Just as there were those who chose to worship Ultima and her otherworldly might, there were equally as many who feared the Visitor and her deadly magics, oft referring to her as the Angel of Blood for the carnage left in her wake. Oops. Where's my cursor? Found it. Interesting. What if the spell Mercy claims to have experienced in the Praetorium, coincidentally also called Ultima, was in fact an elegant interpretation of the very magics introduced to Hydaelyn by the High Seraph? But that would mean... What would that mean? I have spoken with several colleagues back in Charlian regarding their opinions on the ancient incantation, and while they yet have little to show for their research, they all agree on one thing. The manner in which Ultima etherically manifests should not be possible, at least on Hydaelyn. So it would naturally make sense if we discovered that the Alligans learned the spell from a being not of this dimensional plane. As to exactly how they convinced the being to impart that knowledge unto them... Not of this plane? What manner of creature are we talking about here? Sid comes in. Likely one similar to Omega. How long have you been listening from the shadows, my friend? Long enough. I am here to deliver the item Mikoto requested. Sid, there is no need for you to deliver it personally. A Moogle would have sufficed. A Moogle? And trust that he won't tear open the package and show it to some random adventurer? No, this was far too important. If you two do not mind, the principal is about to tell us how to find the Orbone Monastery. Orbon. Orbonne? Would that I could. You don't know? Then what have we been doing here? At ease, Lady Murla. The dry papers speak of a cataract situated on the river Zyrshel, several leagues southeast of Rabanastre. There supposedly lies the monastery. Zershele is not a name you'll find on any modern Dalmascan map. Rivers, however, especially ones as large as the Zershele is established to be, are rare in a nation more than half claimed by the sand. The river we seek can only be that which bisects Golmore on the Nogsian border. I know all words are made up, but these ones are the sad, annoyingest. And for that invaluable information, we owe thanks to our brothers Moogle. Their travels have made them veritable authorities on Dalmascan geography. Wait, but earlier you claimed you didn't know the monastery's whereabouts. I'm confused. Its location is not what concerns me, but perhaps the Moogles themselves should explain. Why, certainly. That verdant valley of vines and vipers is where we must voyage next, That verdant valley of vines and vipers to where we must voyage next is home to the Viera, and therein lies our little problem. The one thing the Viera do not suffer is trespassers, not even lovable Moogles, Kupo. Our glamours kept us hidden long enough to see the jungle was teeming with ruins, much like those we've discovered in Lasalia and Gaug, but the Viera trackers eventually found us and took us before their elders. We barely escaped with our palms, Kupo. I'm sorry I've chosen to do his voice very annoying. It is what it is now. Can't do it. So that is why we are still here talking instead of bound for the border. There are Viera who have spurned the strict code of their tribes, abandoning their people to come and live in the cities of Damascus. Finding and recruiting one to our cause might provide us with insight into how to reach the Orbon monastery ruins. Unfortunately, the nation's current turmoil has not made it easy to accomplish this task. We still require more time. There's people looking at me. Before boarding the shuttle here, I was stopped by a Baanga on the docks. He asked me if I knew a Mercy Valkyrie and bid I deliver her a message, says Sid. I told him he was welcome to accompany me to the Prima Vista so that he might deliver the message himself, but the man refused. Mikoto, I saw this device crafted to your exact specifications, but cannot guarantee that it will function as intended, seeing as I had nary a subject to test it on. He hands over a kind of like a long claw-looking device, and by I just mean the claw, like the bone claw. Of course, Master Sid. If any trouble is met, then most likely it is my design that is to blame. It's curved like a claw. I was gonna call it like a knife or a dagger, but it looks like a claw. Long claw, like a foot and a half, maybe. Your confidence in my craftsmanship is flattering, but you sell yourself too short, my dear. Here's to your success. Good day. He turns and leaves. Busy man. Alright. We'll speak with Mikoto to continue over here. She's next to a bunch of books on shelves and a table and more books. Cutscene. Some potion bottles and urns and containers. I sense that you are interested in the package Sid delivered. I have every intention to apprise you of its contents, but first I believe we should speak of Alma's condition, says Mikoto. Do you not find her illness all too timely? Genomus and Ramza would like to believe that her bouts of vertigo are not but a result of a mind fatigued, but the answer is clear. It is the Auracite that plagues her. This shocks us a little bit. Alma recently confided in me that she would hear her father speaking with the Odious well before even his first foray into Rabanastre. However, I do not think this entirely true, which is not to imply that Alma is trying to deceive us. Rather, I think she saw something that led her to believe that her father was conversing with the Auracite. Moreover, I suspect it was the Auracite itself that granted her this vision. You recall my hypothesis on distinct frequency NRR-type harmonic vibrations and their tendency to promote ethereal amplification? Or when I mentioned that despite being in the principal's possession for an extended period, the Odious exhibited none of the imprinting present in the Duma? No? Yeah, sure. The Odious has never resonated with Genomus. It has always been his wife's pendant and its Auracite shard, the Virgo, that fueled his passion for Evilise. No, the Odious is bound to Alma's deepest desires, whatever those may be. The only reason I can fathom that Alma has not fallen victim to the Auracite's grasp is that her desires are not as strong as those we have witnessed in Argoth or Bagamnan. That and the ethereal interference caused by other nearby shards. I have explained all of this to Alma and recommended that she destroy the necklace, yet not only did she refuse, but she begged me to keep this revelation from her father. And so I did the only thing I could. I devised a means with which I might impede, or at least lessen, the effects of the Odious. This device, while still incomplete, will amplify the NRR wavelengths emitted by the Virgo. This should work to interfere with those emitted by the Odious, thereby shielding Alma from the brunt of their effect. The city below is all abuzz with word of Bannga, of a Baanga brigand loitering around the airship landing. Do you think it could be someone we know, Kupo? Are the Baanga the Lizardmen, the crocodile men? The alligator men? I gotta go down. I think I gotta go down. Gotta go down, down, down. Yep, it is Wagi, their new current leader.
Apologies, Mercy, but I needed to speak with you, and you alone.
Oh, don't mind me, Kupo. I'll just be floating over here in perfect earshot.
What makes you think I won't lay you low right here, right now?
Because we're here to offer you a proposition, that's what. We need information on the Golmore jungle, and thought a man as well-traveled as you might be persuaded to provide some.
Golmore? You of all creatures should know that is Riera land. What are you offering, then?
Why, the opportunity to tell us what you know. Genomus believes our next adventure lies beneath the jungle canopy, Kupo.
I should have expected as much. Very well, Mercy. I came to ask if you would meet someone. Now it seems that someone may also be able to assist Genomus as well. Seeing as you and the principal did right by us before, I do not see a reason why I cannot take both of you.
Right. Speak with Boggy again.
Let me know when you are ready to depart for Rabanastre. We will travel in our airship. The Prima Vista would draw too much unwanted attention.
Sure, let's go. Let's keep this puppy jogging. Rolling? Keep rolling, 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 rolling. What? Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Come on. We board an airship. Looks like your ordinary airship. Two blimp thingies up top, side by side. Propellers. Adjustable flappy thingies for, I don't know, probably, what's it called in a plane? I would just say elevation lowering and raising, but it's like probably like yaw and, I don't know, I want to say thrust and yaw, but that can't be right. Like, I don't even know if yaw is right. Back to a life of brigandry in the clouds, are we? Says Mont Blanc.
Of course not. Not that it didn't cross our minds, but when faced with the decision of what to do next, we needed simply to remember the dying words of our leader, Gijuk Rinok. Gijuk Rinok and I decided to re-enlist as Dalmascan Fusiliers.
And the occupying Garleans actually said yes, Kubo?
Not exactly. We're now with the Resistance.
This frightens Mont Blanc. You no doubt heard of the uprising in Dalmasca that followed the Doman liberation, and how it was crushed under the iron heel of the 4th Legion. Why, yes. The resistance leaders were captured, tortured, and publicly executed. Yet, much to the Empire's chagrin, the gruesome display only served to further rally the survivors.
Remove one head and 2 grow back in its place. Remember, remove 2, and then there are 4. A person can die, but an ideal will live on. Now there exist several factions throughout Dalmasca. We belong to one known as Lente's Tears.
And when we told our commanding officer of our recent crossing with you and yours, she simply insisted that we introduce you. Mont Blanc. Me? But I wasn't even supposed to be here, Kupo. he had slowly put his head into the camera angle as if like they were talking to him. That was cute. Kind of reminded me of that scene in Thor: Love and Thunder, where like Thor gets himself into Quill's field of view when Quill's talking about like his family, his crew he loves.
Not you, hairball, her.
There's a pause.
Meet with the general and hear her proposal, Mercy. If you are not interested, we shall return you to Kugane unharmed. You have our...
Coral got your tongue?
Rabanastre, dead ahead, lads.
Maybe he was loath to give his word again because the last time he gave his word about protecting someone, he failed. Rabanastre is a beautiful, very wide, like long walls that we are approaching. Gold-colored, blues, browns, light, some yellows, just city of gold. City of gold and wondrous colors. Very much Egyptian style, still, in my opinion.
This way. We've many moms to cover before nightfall.
We flashed you some waterfalls inside that beautiful mechanical, like technologically advanced city where we have done at least one raid. Down some pathways and a very in shape female human, I think.
I've done as asked. I bring you the Liberator.
Scantily clad in only the way that females in video games tend to be. Like, clothing everywhere. Clothing's the wrong word. Leather everywhere on her body, but it's just like got a strap around the ankles and then skin and then a strap like mid calf and then skin and then behind the knee and probably over the knee and skin and then mid thigh and skin and then under the pelvis and skin, and you can see most of her butt. And here I thought she'd be taller. Oh, she's a Vieira. She got the bunny ears. That's what the Vieira are, right? Yeah, I knew it! A Vieira! These are a playable race now. Or they've been ever since this expansion came out, which was years ago. But I still haven't made one because I couldn't. And I think if I did, it'd be for the wrong reasons. So I'm not gonna... I am Fran, proud daughter of Dalmasca and General of Lente's Tears. And yes, Moogle, I am a Vieira. Are you surprised? Why, yes, in fact, I am. Her kind are all supposed to be living amongst the trees, having shunned contact with the outer world, Kupo. There are supposedly a few who have left their homes, but I most certainly did not expect to see one here in this sewer. This is a very beautiful sewer. Indeed. The alligator man whispered something to her, and her answer is, indeed. This Baanga claims you seek Orbani. Orbani. I like that. Orbonne. Orbani. Fuck it. I'm going to do Orbani from now on. Does he speak true? Those ruins lie deep within the Golmore jungle, a place most sacred to my sisters. They would take great offense for you to defile it with your presence. What is more, Bwagi tells me you travel with Garleans, openly aiding those who would see our nation burn. How can we place our trust in one who would do such? She got like a long, big ponytail. Her hair's pretty white, kind of white and silver, mostly. Yeah. Genomus and his family defected long ago. They are not your enemy, or my blade has tasted the blood of too many Garleans to count. I'm gonna go. Genomus and his family defected long ago. They're not your enemy. A Garlean is a Garlean. Their pathetic attempt at absolution only proves their past guilt. You misunderstand. Kind Genomus does not approve of the Emperor's warmongering. He wants to help Dalmasca and its impoverished masses. Kupo? And what would a Moogle know about my people? Does your blood run Dalmascan red? We could cut you open and find out.
General, there's no need for threats.
You are right, Bwagi. Let us then parley. Parley? Parley. First, the resistance requires men and women from Doma and the Orzian Alliance to join us in ridding Dalmasca of its imperial invaders. Your past deeds have made you well known to the leaders of both. They will listen to you, or if not, they will listen to these scions to which you claim allegiance. Second, the resistance requires gold to strengthen our forces from within. Your allies are in bed with the East Aldernard Trading Company, which continues its dealings with Garlemald even as you raise your sword against them, profiting from the Empire's rampant aggression. Goddamn. As targets of that aggression, I believe my people are entitled to a portion of those profits. Grant me these simple things, and I shall personally guide you safely to the ruins of Orboni. Fuck, I can't even remember 2 seconds ago what I figured out. And what of the Lexan tales? See me to victory, and I'll take the Emperor himself. Those are my conditions. What say you? I will deliver your request to the Scions, but can promise no more. Promise me first my companions will see no harm. That one. I will promise you nothing, but if it helps you sleep, know that I have never cut down a man who did not take up arms against me and mine, be he Garlean or Eorzean. Me and the Moogle nod, or the Moogle and I nod. I'd say we have our work cut out for us, Kupo. Bwagi comes back my way. Boggy, you and the Fusiliers are to accompany the Liberator. I expect a detailed report on how my demands are received.
Yes, General.
He gives a weird little alligator nod. For some reason, I thought they were fox people. Not that I expect them to be taken seriously. You are a fool to trust them, Princess. Not long flowing blonde hair. Well, I can say like, you know, whitish blonde to silver, whatever. Maybe whitish blondish gold would be better. Anyway, we are back in the spot where we can go up to the Prima Vista. We're talking to Mont Blanc and the 3 Lizardmen. Baanga? What an adventure, Kupo! Just think, by tomorrow we could all be the newest members of the Damascan Resistance. Not that I'm ready to give up my place in the Prima Vista just yet. We get some gil, and we are done with this quest. That means we're done with this video. I will make the next one soon. Ta-ta for now.